Annual Summit. The summit's theme is From Vision to Action, a forum to unlock participatory democracy, and will feature a nonpartisan gubernatorial candidate forum focused on issues of importance to the African American community. The summit is the signature public policy-oriented observance of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s legacy during the national 3-day holiday weekend that celebrates his life. This year's summit will be held on Saturday, January 17th, 2026 at the California Science Center in Exposition Park from 9 to 11 a.m. Admission is free, but registration is required at KBLA1580.com. All major announced candidates for California governor for the Democratic and Republican Party nominations have been invited to participate in the candidate forum, which will be moderated by Tavis Smiley. An all-star panel of journalists will pose questions to the candidates, and the forum will be broadcast live on KBLA Talk 1580. This is going to be a big year for local, state, and national politics. The political pulse of 2026 beats on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs, fantasies, and fetishes? Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss it. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
Listen to me closely. Resentment will live comfortably in the heart of a person who is refusing to address an issue that is causing them pain or grief, but they call it giving grace. Okay, we need to understand what grace actually means, and we also need to recognize that grace still has a level of boundaries to it. Okay, as humans, we are capable of a lot of things, which means we are also capable of getting better if we want to. Okay? But you can't always extend grace to the ungrateful because they feel entitled to chances that they haven't taken care of to begin with. Alright? Sometimes you gotta recognize if you overextend yourself too much, well, you start to lay a little bit flat, and people will perceive you as a doormat. And other times, when you are giving somebody grace, if you really care about somebody, you will make them aware of what they are doing that may be causing you harm. Because that takes care of both people. That's just information.
Man, who was that, Andy? Isaiah Frizzell. Hey, we've been getting some Isaiah Frizzell clips, and they're pretty good. Tonight's topic, hour number 2, The Voice of Reason, live on KBLA Talk 1580, live from the heart of Leimert Park. Listen, man, I can't be faithful to you. Yeah. And that might be the most loving thing I can admit. We're talking about it tonight. What is faithfulness? Faithfulness is not just staying in a situation because it makes you happy. Maybe you think that's faithfulness. But if it's predicated and dependent on what you're getting from your partner, not necessarily what you guys are giving to each other mutually, not what you're giving to your partner, if it's just based off of what you get, is that really faith? Right? Or is that parasitic? I don't know. We want to talk about it tonight. We're cooking. 1-800-920-1580 if you want to join the conversation. All you got to do is call us. Listen, I'm trying to tell you something. You can't be faithful to your partner until you are fully faithful to yourself. I believe that. I believe there will always be fear, anxiety, some form of resentment, resistance, holding on, pulling away. There's always going to be some level of manipulation when you haven't dealt with you thoroughly, fully. I'm going to say it again. A finite nervous system cannot hold infinite demand. Something always breaks. Sometimes it's honesty. Sometimes it's desire. He don't want me no more. He don't want to be with me no more. She don't want me no more. She don't want to be with me no more. Something always breaks, right? Sometimes it's the self. I'm not the same person who you thought I was. I've changed. I've grown. I've shifted. My identity is different. Fidelity doesn't mean forever, right? Fidelity means presence under pressure. How many people know how to be present and remain present under pressure? Sometimes the love of your life might cheat on you. Because we're so insecure, cheating is the end of it. Ooh, that's a whole nother conversation, isn't it? Isn't it? Yeah. You want to have a real I can't be faithful to you. If I'm not faithful to me, why would you have God-level religious absolutism as a standard for me to be faithful to you? I know you're insecure if you're asking for that level of faith. Ooh. Oh, you don't know how to deal with a human being, a work in progress, a whip, somebody that is flawed. See, you want to say the words, but you don't want to embody them. We have all fallen short of the glory and the grace of God, right? Did we have of the glory? Haven't we all fallen short? Oh, but when it's time to embody those words, fidelity doesn't mean forever. Fidelity means presence under pressure. It means staying available when fear arises. How many of you have left the love of your life to go with a safe relationship, still thinking about the love of your life because of some infraction, because of some mistake they made that you said you can't recover from? But your heart is telling you that's the 1-800-920-1580. I can't be faithful. It means choosing repair over righteousness. Ooh, fidelity means choosing repair over righteousness. Y'all don't want to hear that, right? It means telling the truth without using it as a weapon. You know how you refry beef? We apologize, we forgave each other, and then you refry it at the next conflict. You know what I'm talking about, right? God can hold surrender. A partner typically cannot. They have limits. Partners are tolerators. They're not acceptors. I can tolerate this, but I ain't going to be able to tolerate it for long. Toleration implies a secret time bomb. It's ticking. This is the second time you've pulled something like this. 1-800-920-1580. Get to your phone lines. Get ready, get ready, get ready. God can hold surrender. A partner typically struggles with that. God receives faith. A partner requires presence. And when we stop asking marriage to function like religion, intimacy finally has room to breathe. That's not less sacred. That's more honest. How might attachment insecurities convert erotic attention into currency for regulation rather than into expression of aliveness? When childhood neglect conditions hunger for mirroring, how might infidelity function as desperate self-recognition rather than relational rejection? How might devotion toward God emphasize surrender, while devotion towards a spouse often emphasizes possession, revealing divergent attachment logics? 1-800-920-1580. Get to your phone line. I got people on the line. Let's get them. Let's get them. Let's get them. John, Mountain View, Hawaii.
Yes, sir.
You know how I do. I got to reframe it a taste, and we back in business. What we on? Finish your thought, because you were cooking.
Well, I extend it to the legacy due to the fact that, number one, for those who are selfish to not have a mindset of legacy, how are you expecting to build even yourself with no one reflecting you to you?
Mm-hmm. I hear you. So when you say no one reflecting you back to you?
As in being alone. being the lone wolf of all things, living this life without relationships, one that you're actually building between you and your spouse, and the one that it continues in legacy towards your children and grandchildren,
I see where
and the rest of life.
Yeah, so let's flip it this way, right? Relationship serves as a mirror. You hear me say that a lot, right? It serves as a mirror where one goes to discover themselves. Let's take it up a notch. Shouldn't relationship be a place where not only do you discover your unfinished homework, but you discover if you've done your homework right?
Indeed.
So this is about who's raising you now. This is about creating ideas and constructs for family that say, hey, self-reflection, mindfulness, right? Self-observance, right? Capacity, right? Building your capacity. This is how you raise children to be self-aware to the point when they go in a relationship and that relationship fails, they know how to take self-inventory of what they've done, and they know how to start correcting, self-correct. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Totally understand what you're saying, but we're talking about people who start the race shaping in iniquity.
Isn't that everybody? For the most part?
Slow down, boss. Yes, we are. But it's through the reflections of the relationship you end up getting in, which the God who points out, he's showing you your mirror, which means you have to go back and rewrite the story. And now you give that to your legacy if you're whole enough or healing enough to get there. But you got to find the testing grounds and the point of the valley to go through the test you need to know.
Well, yeah,
and you certainly you can do that. You can do that by yourself. But how many times are you going to continue down this road that you believe by yourself that it's the right way?
But that's what I'm saying.
When it's somebody who points it out outside of you, you know it's not.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that you should do it by yourself. I'm saying you should work on yourself. How do you do that? Ask your mama about her relationships. Ask your father about his relationships. Ask your mother and father if they are married, how they met. If they are divorced, why did you divorce? What happened? Let's get the stories, because it is the stories that molded you, the environment that molded you. We're not interested enough. We're interested from an egoic space. I want to look a certain way. I want to smell a certain way. I want to drive a certain car.
Right.
But I'm talking about what makes me, psychologically speaking, psycho-spiritually speaking. We don't do enough of that. I had a whole conversation with a brother in a cigar lounge. I asked him self-awareness questions. He could not answer them. Married. Been married for a while. Hey, I said, how are you self-unaware and married and holding marriage up as the Super Bowl of relationships? You're not even playing the game right.
Because it's all what the outside have told us what we're supposed to perform inside the protected realm of what they call marriage. And we're still doing the wrong things, even in marriage. But again, how many times do you need to get beat up before you finally say, I quit?
Man, marriage is a spiritual dojo of the self.
Man, it's the worst wrestling event you'll ever have.
Or the best.
Most beat up judo event ever.
Or the best.
You will find yourself being flipped out of rings and thrown to capacities that, who threw me here? Like, this was Dr. Strange throwing himself out of himself.
Right. But in these tight economic times, most people are using marriage, hypergamy to be able to save themselves from the streets. It's not sacred. It's something different. It's an investment. Am I lying?
And no, you're not lying. Because again, I could line up 100 people
and
in front of a table of $1 million.
Yeah, and this is for men and women that are doing this.
I know.
Yes.
I can line 100 people up in front of a doggone table full of $1 million. Now here's the question. What'd the money say to you? But that's a deeper conversation than what you should be saying about the money.
I love it.
But most of y'all heard what the money said. And you wasn't listening to what you said about it.
I love
so
it, brother.
I get it. I get it, sir, and I'm with you.
Man.
But again, I support you in all ways. I love you, sir.
I love you too, brother.
As long as I continue to have money in my pocket, I'm going to support you.
Oh,
and
man.
if you need me at any way, shape, or form, I'm just an ocean away, my guy.
Just an ocean away. Hey, John, guess what you just did, brother?
Mountain View will always and forever be here as long as I got breath in my lungs.
There
Blessings
we go,
to this
man.
show and blessings to you.
Thank you, brother. Happy New Year. We appreciate the call. 1-800-920-1580. Let's get it. Let's get it. We got callers on the line. Let me get JW, South Central Los Angeles, in here. J-Dub, real quick, what are your thoughts, man, on tonight's topic?
Sure. I try to be as brief as possible. First of all, the routine, the thrill is gone. That made me recollect my marriage that I spoke to you about in the past. Let me teach you some things. Man, I do realize that if you do not be sufficient in the Word of God, then therefore you can't really love Him as He loves you, because He loves the church. You know the Bible verse. So therefore, if you can't love yourself and love Him, how can you love someone else when you mention fidelity or whatever the term was? And then in reference to fidelity, I'm thinking about the fruits of the Spirit. One of the fruits of the Spirit is long-suffering. And you said, I won't go into it because I'll have no time. Now, here's another last and final point. Then I'll tell you the good news. If you fight two dogs, which one's going to win? The one that you feed the most. And that's in reference to if you feed the inner man, the Holy Spirit, instead of being influenced by society and the outer man, therefore you'll be strong enough to be able to put on the armor of God, because the baby or infant that drinks milk of the Word and they never eat the meat of the Word can grow into a full, mature human being that can put on that armor of God.
I hear you. And you talk about the story of the two wolves, right? That's what you just mentioned, right? The story of the two wolves, right?
I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not familiar with the story. Well, I'm not real familiar with the story of the two wolves, but yeah, when you fight two wolves together, which one wins is the one you feed the most. So you feed that spiritual man inside, or you feed that worldly man, that's that mask that you walk into the trash with.
That's right. Hey, that's right, brother. Hey, we up against it right now. J-Dub, guess what you just did, my friend?
I'm going to go see one. That's good news.
All right, good brother. We appreciate it. JW from South Central Los Angeles. When we come forward, one of our favorites, man. We're going to Mississippi. Let's get it.
Relationships. Got you confused? Need some straight talk? This is where you get the unfiltered truth about love, relationships, and everything in between. He breaks down relationship dynamics with no-nonsense wisdom and practical advice that actually works. Tackling the questions you're afraid to ask and giving you the answers you need to hear. You're inside the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
It's never too early to start talking about money in realistic ways with your kids. JP Morgan Chase navigates how to educate your kids now about creating long-lasting, healthy money habits. Whether your kids are in elementary school, high school, or college, now is a great time to start a conversation about ways to create healthy money habits as they grow, ultimately benefiting their financial future. Talking about money in a realistic way to support your kids' lifestyle and dreams, your first banking account geared towards high school or college. It's never too early. Explaining the basics, what you earn and what you spend, building financial confidence starts with getting organized. Learning and practicing vital money skills now will stay with them for life. Tools they will have to stay on top of their finances and achieve their goals. This segment is sponsored by JP Morgan Chase. September is World Alzheimer's Month, a time to shine a light on a public health crisis that deeply impacts Black families. 1 in 5 Black adults ages 70 and older is living with Alzheimer's disease, or AD, and the risk is twice as high compared to white adults. But AD isn't just forgetting a name or losing track of time. Signs of early AD could be repeating questions, missing appointments, or struggling with bills and daily tasks. These things aren't a normal part of aging. Here's the good news. Treatments are available that may help if AD is diagnosed early. If you notice changes in memory or daily routines, whether in yourself or a loved one, don't wait. Early diagnosis and intervention are key to managing AD effectively. To learn more about AD and a potential treatment option, visit treatalsearly.com. That's treatalzearly.com to learn more about the signs and symptoms and a potential treatment option. This message is brought to you by AZI.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. LA County's new Justice Care and Opportunities Department, or JCOD, is here to support justice-involved individuals and their families. The JCOD Support Center is now taking calls at 1-833-LACJCOD. That's 1-833-522-5263. Available 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m., the Support Center is your one-stop shop for re-entry issues and court support. They offer court reminders, connections to local services, transportation assistance for housing, court appearances, and childcare. The JCOD hotline provides personalized help to connect you with services that you need. And don't forget to check out justiceconnect.org for more information. Remember, it's free and available every day at 1-833-522-5263. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Both partners are on different islands. They're both feeling abandoned. They're both feeling betrayed or even emotionally starved. Why are we spending our energy shaming each other instead of healing the wound together? Now, I have this term called BBS. I'll put it on the screen for what it means. Many of us, we catch BBS because we have been wounded. We then become bitter because the things in life that have hurt us, we can't swallow that pill. And so we end up choking on it and it makes us bitter. We're bitter about everything and we're bitter about the way that we see the world. And we don't realize that that is impacting us and our experience in the world and in our relationship. And when we have what I'm seeing in women empowerment, when unhealed women are turning to empowerment, to then alchemize it into entitlement. That's when pain starts to become a personality for all of us. But now what we think is empowerment is really just punishing men for the man that harmed you, making it everybody else's debt to pay, and men do the same thing. More separation, more division, less connection, which increases more feelings of being emotionally starved. We have to understand, some of us ladies, that the men aren't rescuing.
Who is that? Hey, it's Sav. That's who it is. Man, in the name of Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, she was cooking with rare grease. That might be bacon fat. That's that high quality. Boy, listen, bacon fat. Man, have you ever had, what are those fried, what is it, fried corn? I forgot what it's called. I'm old. I'm from the South. Let me get one of the best in here right now. Nikki from the Sip. Nikki, what are your thoughts on tonight's topic? Come on. And I'm going to tell you now. I'm telling you now. I'm going hot water cornbread. No. Yes. I'm going to hold you over, Nikki. So you going to talk, but I'm going to hold you over because I got to get all of it. So go ahead, Nikki.
Hosea and Gomer. I'll start with something simple first. Mm-hmm. You're supposed to eat before you go to the grocery store to avoid wanting one of everything you see when you go up and down the aisle. Mm-hmm. Well, in some instances where fidelity is concerned, if you have not gotten full prior to getting married, snacking will occur for some. Mm-hmm. The Lord told us that He prayed for Peter's faith to fail him not. So that when the trial came, Peter would understand that, hey, this marriage thing is not going to be a joke. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a test. Hosea was a godly man married to what we would call a promiscuous woman, and God told him when she committed the sin to go get her and love her again, to buy her redemption from sin. Now, it is ironic, is it not, that the Lord illustrates this question of fidelity with a man who has a promiscuous woman.
Stay right there. We have to dig into this. This is deep. Nikki from Mississippi is always giving us food for thought. When we come forward, more from Nikki from the Sip.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. Black New York City Mayor Eric Adams says more than 25,000 illegal guns have been taken off of city streets since he took office.
Getting thousands of guns off the streets has helped drive a 55% decrease in shootings.
Adams and NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch say shootings have hit record lows for 12 straight months. The Trump administration is reportedly investigating major U.S. companies over their diversity programs. Wall Street Journal reports Google and Verizon are among firms facing Justice Department probes as the administration moves to eliminate DEI efforts across government and the private sector. And Black pro boxer Anthony Joshua was reportedly involved in a car crash in Nigeria that killed 2 people. Authorities say Joshua suffered minor injuries and was treated at a hospital. Get BIN News now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Compassion sponsorship means food, healthcare, education, and most of all, being known, loved, and protected. There are thousands of kids waiting over a year. End their wait. Sponsor a child with compassion today. Text the word radio to 83393.
KBLA Talk 1580 is pleased to partner with the Empowerment Congress once again for their 34th annual summit. The summit's theme is From Vision to Action, a forum to unlock participatory democracy, and will feature a nonpartisan gubernatorial candidate forum focused on issues of importance to the African American community. The summit is the signature public policy-oriented observance of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s legacy during the national 3-day holiday weekend that celebrates his life. This year's summit will be held on Saturday, January 17th, 2026 at the California Science Center in Exposition Park from 9 to 11 a.m. Admission is free, but registration is required at KBLA1580.com. All major announced candidates for California governor for the Democratic and Republican Party nominations have been invited to participate in the candidate forum, which will be moderated by Tavis Smiley. An all-star panel of journalists will pose questions to the candidates, and the forum will be broadcast live on KBLA Talk 1580. This is going to be a big year for local, state, and national politics. The political pulse of 2026 beats on KBLA Talk 1580.
My name is Tyrone Owens, and this is my home for 23 years that burned in the fire. Me and my wife, Charlene, we had this whole yard decorated every year.
This was the house that sparkled throughout the entire neighborhood on all the holidays. It's a community that will never be the same due to the negligence of a utility company. So I am pretty upset about that.
We were nowhere near being able to rebuild with our insurance. It's going to cost $1 million to put your house back up.
I want to get back to that point where we were before the fire. I'm starting to get emotional, but I'll work through it. LA Fire Justice has been wonderful for us. They're just caring people. I mean, we have all faith in them.
Big ups to LA Fire Justice, who's given us hope to rebuild 100%.
Advertisement. Douglas Foster, 221 East Walnut Street, Suite 100, Pasadena, California, 91101 is the attorney responsible for this ad.
LA Fire Justice is proud to sponsor Conversation Live, Altadena Rising with James Farr on KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. If you need help getting your resume in order, finding job training, or landing a job, we've got 3 great options for you. First, the City of Los Angeles has WorkSource centers across the area offering free job support. The California Workforce Development Board can help you with everything from GED prep to vocational training at no cost to you. On the federal level, the Department of Labor's American Job Centers offer a full range of services for job seekers and businesses alike. Visit careeronestop.org, or for more info, just call California's Help Center or visit cwdb.ca.gov or call 916-657-1440. For the City of Los Angeles programs, go to ewdd.lacity.gov or call 213-744-7300. All these services are free to help you get your next job. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Find what you love, love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Guides in the know and prices so low, it just might blow your mind. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
With curbside pickup and delivery available, you'll always find what you love, only at Total Wine & More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Lena Bloom for the Bail Project.
Imagine you're stuck in a jail cell and you can't afford bail and someone offers you a way out. Just plead guilty and you can go home and kiss your kids goodnight. What do you do? What thousands have. You plead guilty whether you are or not. Cash bail makes poverty a crime. That's why the Bail Project helps those who can't afford it while fighting to end cash bail. Because freedom should be free.
Brought to you by the Ad Council.
KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
She love you.
Love me all night long.
All night long.
My baby says she love me. Love me all night long.
You know what? I'm gonna hit you with the how Oprah does it, cause you know she say your first name, real quiet and stare at you.
Yeah, Stephen.
Stephen.
Yes.
If you know so much about marriage,
yeah,
why have you never been married?
Cause I didn't know how to act.
This is in the book.
It's
your fault.
It's totally my fault. Totally my fault. It's not anybody's fault but mine. I was on the road over 200 days out of the year. I'm not gonna be faithful on being on the road 200 days out of the year.
You can.
I know.
You can make that choice.
No.
Just because you.
I didn't say you can't. I didn't say you can't. I said me. I could not be on the road as much as I'm on the road all of those years and honor a relationship. I know how to treat a woman very well. My mother and my 4 sisters raised me very much. And I'm one of those guys that call it a blessing or a curse. 90% of my living relatives are women. Like St. Thomas, Queens, Brooklyn, Manhattan, upstate, the whole bit, Florida, Carolinas. I got relatives all over the place. Most of them are female. So I've been surrounded by females all my life. And you get to know what the do's and don'ts, what the wants and don't wants are, and all of this other stuff. That's a given. And there's a level of treatment that I'm never going to go lower than. So in that regard, I'm good. But when I was on the road for 200 days out of the year, man, and it's like, and this is the part that men don't reveal that much, but I will. When you get older, you grow up, and it's like you don't need it no more. You don't need it no more. So you don't chase. That's entirely different than when it's handed to you on a silver platter. And you don't have to work for it. That doesn't mean you can't say no. It certainly doesn't mean that you don't say no. What it does mean is that it's harder.
I think that that's a fair point.
Hey, man, Stephen A. Smith. He in there shooting. I hear you, Stephen. I hear you. And based on the food for thought that we were getting from Nikki, oh, this is lining up. I can't wait to get the rest of Nikki's thoughts, especially after hearing what Stephen A. Smith had to say. Nikki, please continue your sermon that you were delivering unto us.
I just think it is interesting that the Lord illustrates what you are talking about in the reverse of what society teaches us allegedly is supposed to be how it happens most, where women are supposed to be more accepting of a man that may be inclined to wander.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question about fidelity, though.
Please.
Because I think sometimes we miss where I'm fixing to go in light of the promiscuous part that happens in our intimate relationships. Faithful to what? Not necessarily me or you. In Stephen's response, a person can be faithful in every other way. And maybe not in this one place.
Right.
I'm saying that for a reason, because I think we all have fidelity issues that maybe don't manifest sexually, but fall in the same category of lack of fidelity.
Right.
And in that space, back to my grocery store illustration, when we haven't been fed properly, like you were talking about, talking with parents about who were you before you were my parent and since becoming my parent, most people don't want to have that conversation with their children.
No, they don't.
Because they haven't had that conversation with themselves loud and audible.
Right.
So going into relationships where the expectation of sexual fidelity, it's interesting to me that we don't talk about light bill fidelity, car note fidelity, house note fidelity. We don't talk about that. Hair did fidelity, nails and feet did fidelity, cutting the grass fidelity. We don't healthcare fidelity. We don't talk about that fidelity as much. And I might submit, this is a female perspective. It is often overlooked in those other areas, and that might relate to why there's infidelity in that sexual area. But we don't talk about that part. I'm not excusing it. I'm hoping to make us aware that there are other fidelities. And if you had a trying to heal person who could say to you, I am not inclined to fidelity here, because they recognize within themselves a space where maybe they haven't grown to fullness yet. Or might not. Why am I saying that? Because when we go to whoever our source God is, don't we have that conversation with him when we backslide? And what happens? He does the same thing with us he did with Hosea. Go. Every time that promiscuous woman was found being promiscuous, the Lord sent him to go get her and love her again. Every time. Now, I don't know. I'm not a dude. But I think in my living experience, it's harder for a man to take that.
It is. We're not taking you back. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. That's what Nikki is she's pushing me to say it. We ain't doing it. God, just give me another one now.
So now you saying L-O-R-T instead of L-O-R-D,
Lord, give me another one. Don't get. I got to go. I agree with you. It's much harder for a man to go back.
It's much harder. Okay. So in those other areas of fidelity, I'm not saying make an excuse. I am saying recognize that there is infidelity that happens in more than one place that can affect a place. And now if the Lord is commanding Hosea to go and love her again. Really?
Wow.
Lord, you're stretching the limitations of our relationship here. I'm not talking about his and mine. I'm talking about yours and mine.
Ooh,
Really?
Yeah, that's heavy.
See, it's very heavy because it makes you have to peel that onion back some more.
Mm-hmm.
If you get a dude or a lady who can tell you, I know me enough to know I can't be faithful here.
In this area.
You got a shot.
Yeah.
You got a shot at making it if they can say that to you.
Mm-hmm.
See, you can tell me? Okay, now I got choices. I can decide if I can work with it.
Right.
I can say some prayers. I can get some therapy. But that surprise, that's different. That's different. See, the person who can say that to you is showing up almost whole.
Yeah.
Because they can tell you.
That's vulnerable. That's vulnerability.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I hear
and
you.
they are requiring of you now. Same thing God's requiring of you. It just looks different.
Ooh, keep going.
He's saying he's saying the same thing, doing the same thing. Hey.
Mm-hmm.
Right here.
Wait,
I can't do it.
Wait, stay right there. Don't go, because you cooking, Nikki. Nikki from the SIP, she done pulled out a special holiday season meal. When we come forward, we're going to get her final thoughts on it because she is absolutely frying right now.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
10 athletes will face the toughest job interview in fitness that will push past physical and mental breaking points. You are the fittest of the fit. Only one of you will leave here with an iFit contract for $250,000.
This is when mindset comes in.
Someone will be eliminated.
Pressure is coming down.
This is Trainer Games.
Watch it on Prime Video starting January 8th.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our US-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminds you, when we fight, we win. The Youth Justice Coalition is challenging America's addiction to incarceration and discrimination. YJC works to dismantle policies leading to mass incarceration, law enforcement violence, and the school-to-prison pipeline. Their approach, transformative justice, community intervention, free LA high school, legal defense, and system monitoring. YJC promotes safety without relying on prisons. Their goal, prevent system contact and help people exit the system through direct action, advocacy, and education. Want to get involved or need help? Call 323-235-4243. That's 323-235-4243. Join YJC in creating change. When we fight, we win. KBLA Talk 1580, your voice for justice. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
She said your party's jumping and everybody's having a good time. And you know what's going through my mind. Do you mind if I get comfortable and kick off these shoes? While you fixing me a drink, play me some of them down home blues.
My.
She said, you know I don't get out much on the town. And you know I done cut out a lot of that running around all week long.
Because there's no healing in blaming. Blaming is not the fertilizer for your healing, but rather it can become the umbilical cord for your bitterness. The problem is the pattern, not just the person. See, a lot of people are mad at the person. I'm trying to get you to see that there was a pattern that existed before the person that provided for there to be space for the person to fit in the pattern. Oh, we just clicked. No, there's just a familiar norm of dysfunction pattern. And a lot of people mistake chemistry and compatibility as patterns that click. But the shadow of every problem is a pattern. Like overthinking, problem, creating mental scenario, pattern. Control, problem, a desire to manipulate the outcome, pattern. Substance abuse, problem, a pattern of taking false escapes. The gym membership for problems, meaning what makes problems strong is the ignorance of a pattern. How else does trauma get passed down from generation to generation? It is the normalization of a pattern. So no wonder God prescribes to his chosen a season of separation or a wilderness. This is the time when God is trying to deal with your pattern because your patterns have been dealing with you.
Ooh, who was that? Jerry Flowers, Cooking with the Rarest Grease. I love it. I'm hearing it when you hear it. That's why you hear me say, who is that? I'm hearing it when you hear it. I love to be surprised by the insights that are coming from the various voices that we feature on this show. Let me get Nikki from Mississippi back in here to wrap up her final thought because she was cooking. Go ahead, Nikki.
Just for all of us to remember and consider more than one area of fidelity. If you're talking about that promiscuous part of things, in the Bible, the illustration of that relationship with a man married to a promiscuous woman who had to keep going to get her was to illustrate God's willingness for love and redemption when they repented together. Every time he had to go get her and bring her back, they had to repent together. Have we been repenting together or throwing each other away?
Throwing each other away, for sure.
Men, please, men, keep that in mind.
Yes, for sure. I
still love everybody.
We love you too, but that might be a harder test than Job had to go through. No, listen. Nikki from the SIP, we love you. We appreciate the call. Happy New Year. Love you, love you, love you. Thank you for being here for years now, cooking the rarest grease. We appreciate you.
I love you all too. Happy New Year.
There we go. Oh, my goodness. Tonight's topic, man, it was a doozy. When partners demand faithfulness without mutual differentiation, how might enmeshment erode the erotic charge between them over time? That could be a cause of physical infidelity, right? How might jealousy signal fractured self-trust rather than evidence of external threat, right? When partners anchor fidelity in fear of loss, abandonment? How might devotion degrade into performance rather than presence? Like, these are heavy, real questions that we think we can just jump into a relationship and not really deal with it, right? If we're looking at this through the lens of Dr. David R. Hawkins, if you loved me, right, you wouldn't need anyone else. Based on his consciousness grid, that's sub 200 shadow. That's fear, desire, and pride. If you loved me, you wouldn't need anyone else. I don't understand why this is so hard. If you really loved me, you wouldn't want anyone else. That's what faithfulness means. Let's be clear. Rules exist for a reason, right? For a reason. Boundaries exist so people don't do whatever they want and call it growth. Listen, right? And all this talk about desire and nervous system sounds like an excuse. That's from that 200 level of consciousness, according to Dr. David R. Hawkins. If I stay loyal, you stay loyal. That's the deal. I don't want uncertainty. I don't want mystery. I want to know where you are, who you're with, and that I matter more than anyone else. Listen to the consciousness. That's not control. That's commitment, right? And don't tell me about trauma. Everyone has trauma. At some point, you choose. You choose me or you don't. If you break the rules, you break trust. This is from that level of consciousness. Are y'all listening? This is heavy stuff. Why faith collapse, right? Collapses when you aim at it. Right? Why faith collapses when you aim at it, right? Something subtle collapses in relationships long before anyone cheats, lies, or leaves. That collapse starts the moment devotion asks for certainty instead of presence, right? Most people never notice that shift. They call it commitment, they call it loyalty, they call it faith, but devotion aimed at permanence quietly converts into pressure. Faith towards God tolerates absence, silence, and mystery. We can't have any of those in our relationship. Right? Faith towards a partner often demands reassurance, consistency, and proof. Listen, I just start these conversations. I know they're heavy, but I want us to think about it because I want our relationships to be better in 2026. Listen, you already know what it is. I'll be back tomorrow with another absolute banger. You already know what it is. The VOR, always on fire, live from KBLA. I'll return to the scene of the conversation with another fire discussion.
Oh, yeah. When I was a young boy, at the age of 5, my mother said I was gonna be the greatest man alive. But now I'm a man, way past 21. I want you to believe me, baby. I have lots of fun. I'm a man.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Morgan Wood with BIN News Now. President Trump and